See you.
You know what time it is, everybody?
Wild card, bitches!
You couldn't see it, but this man was jumping up and down. He was ready to go. Here we are, the Wild Card Wednesday. Thank you for stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. I'm Thomas Meadow 75. Here's your Massachusetts Beer Reviews and Company, May 17, 2023, for the Wild Card Wednesday. We are live, everybody. And in case anybody does not know, cheers, pigskin. In case anybody does not know how this program works, bring the only admittance fee is a beverage. Bring a beer, wine, a spirit, really any adult beverage. Let's have fun. I know this is one of Alex's favorite parts of the whole show, but don't be a douche, you douche. It's the only thing I ask, really. Cheers, Solange, and we'll have a good time. So we're gonna introduce you to everybody on the panel. We have Michael Komaroff, the beer baron from the great state of New York. Cheers.
Hello, everybody.
Showing up.
Cheers.
Next to him, we have East Coast Liquor Review, Mr. Tanner. Then you all know him, you love him, the master of the giving the 100 rating himself, Alex, the beer master from New Jersey.
What is up, everybody? Cheers!
The next man on The Price is Right from the state of New Hampshire. It's inspection time with Bumpy Road Brews.
Cheerios.
Ding. All right, next to him in the great state of Maryland, we got Angie's A Fluid Art.
Legendary.
Cheers.
Picking up the base mid-level of the panel, we got from Oregon, the beer man.
Cheers.
Call him the nose of knowledge. Yes, sir. The nose. And we got your boy over here for the Masters of Beer Reviews, Thomas Meadow, 75. So how this program works is the first time around, we're going to present what we're drinking and do a pour presentation of the beer. Just do a little pour of whatever you're drinking this evening. And then after we do all of that, we're going to go back around and do a full examination of our beverages. So let's start with the presentation with, wrong button there. Yeah, there we go. Let's start with Michael Komaroff with whatever product he's bringing this evening. The pour.
Okay, this is from 6 Point. It's their Cold Seal at 8.2%. It's a cold double IPA with grapefruit. And let's see what it looks like. I'm using my Thomas. Let's see.
Oh, nice.
Get higher so you can see it. Alex, it's a partial Alex pour. I guess it's not quite there.
Nice.
Half and half.
Very good.
I'll come around and give a description after everybody else presents their beer.
Excellent. Thank you, Michael Komaroff, the beer baron. Just in time is Tanner, East Coast Liquor Reviews.
All right. What's up, everyone? Okay. So, just recently bought this Kill the Bottle.
Whoa.
D. Huber's signature Indiana straight bourbon whiskey. $36. Very good. So, I saw that was 92 proof, 4 years. So I saw this. This is their rye. Salt Lake Distillery, Old Rick House. Huber's Indiana Straight Rye Whiskey. It's 92 proof, 46% alcohol by volume. It's aged 5 years. The mash bill is 85% rye, 50% malted barley. It says Huber's Starlight Distillery and our Rick House are located in Starlight, Indiana. Our small batch straight rye whiskey is aged in 53-gallon new charred American oak barrels. This straight rye whiskey has hints of sweet caramel, vanilla, and traditional spice notes that shine through, making for a smooth finish. Family owned and farmed since 1843. Distilled, aged, and bottled by Starlight Distillery, so they're making their own stuff and blending their own product. No, it's not a blend. I'm sorry. Not a blend. They're making their own stuff, which typically a lot of people source whiskey, blend it nowadays. These guys are actually farming the product. They're farming the grain and then distilling their own product and then aging their own product. So it's very rare that you see that nowadays. And they are out of 19816 Huber Road, Borden, Indiana. If you want to check them out, you can go to starlightdistillery.com.
Nice.
It says distilled on Huber's farm, small batch. This is batch number 215, selected by master distiller T. Huber. Pop it open. Oh. Right, go for pour. Just water.
Hell yeah.
Just rinsed it out. Get a nice pour there. Color of the whiskey. It is your typical
All right.
caramel color. Looks pretty good. There is some water in the glass, but it shows a nice oily alcohol legs. So the viscosity is going to be up there a little bit. Looks pretty good. So we'll see what that's all about next time around. Cheers, guys.
Good Tanner. All right. Thank you, sir. East Coast
Cheers,
Liquor
Tanner.
Reviews. Everybody.
Cheers.
Let's go to
everybody.
South Tanner in New Jersey. Alex, the beer master.
I'm gonna drink a Stella tonight. Don't
Hell
worry.
yeah. All right.
I've already had a stout earlier, which is from the legendary legendary
Beerman.
Beerman. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I figured I'd have a Stella tonight.
Why the heck not?
Don't worry, I'll get my craft beer back into business as soon as I go buy more beer, more craft beer. I got plenty of this. Let's see here. Pour this up, Sean.
The straight pour. Actually, not so bad. There you go. Whoa, yeah.
That is an Alex Beermaster pour, except I couldn't make it any bigger because it'll explode. So we got a free finger head, but I'll give you the taste, smell, everything next time around. But that is nice and carbonated. Cheers, everybody.
Bam. Thank you, Beer Master Alex. All
You're
right.
welcome, bub.
Action time with Bumpy.
Sorry.
That's
guys.
right, Bumpy.
I'm going to pull a chatty-o. I was just hanging alone at the rodeo.
All right. All right.
I'm on a beer show. Yeah. White thought I was talking to her. So this is from Foam Brewers. I don't know what is it. Saft. Safe.
AFT.
Stay safe. There's a sad clown. It's an IPA, an American IPA, 7% ABV. It's a happy clown. It's like a cup. I don't know. But let's go ahead and pour this one.
Well, according to Wikipedia, saft is a word for juice or distilling juice in Germanic languages. I have no clue if that means that's what that's going to be like.
Huh.
Well, it could be. Whoa, or maybe not. Probably not.
So I'm pretty amazed that it says American IPA and it actually is.
Oh, maybe.
It's not a hazy. It's not a hazy, but it is definitely a darker, like kind of like a cream soda coloration to this thing.
Yeah.
The head is kind of a slight egg yolk, kind of a white. It's like got a tint of yellow to it, and it's kind of soap sudsy. Yeah, so I'll get into this later on. I'll see if it's hopefully non-oxidized.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or too caramel forward. All right.
Right on. Okay. Saft is a couple of people that live in Brooklyn and Burlington, Vermont, and Montreal, Quebec, and I guess they started a art gallery or something, the Saft Rodeo. There you go. It means something. All right. Very good. Boom. All right. Angie Fluid Arts. The floor is yours.
Legendary Angie.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm drinking Natty Bell from Baltimore. just because it's my go-to, and
You enjoy it too, Legendary.
and I enjoy it, and it's from my state, so I like to support my state.
Hell yeah. Local breweries are the best too.
I guess this is what considered a pilsner or a lager.
Could be half and half, I'm thinking, right? Legendary Beer Man, or whoever else wants to respond to that.
Yeah, it's real pretty.
Oh,
You can see
lager.
right through it.
Lager.
You can
Yeah.
see right through it.
Isn't
It's
it
got a
a,
nice one.
is it
Maybe it's premium.
I'm sorry?
Adjunct lager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't do the sniff yet, right? I'm just
Not
showing
quite.
you.
No, we're gonna
Okay.
come back around for all that emotion.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, we're on to the rock, the foundation of the show tonight. Beer Man.
And I have a rock beer.
Wow.
Hey, Linear Ashes. It's rock beer special from Wayfinder out of Portland, Oregon.
Holy shit, that was cool.
5.5%. Right? Let's see, real quick. Where is it? Where's the percentage? 5.5. Yeah, smoked lager beer.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh,
Smoked
hell yeah.
lager beer.
Cheers on that.
227 was canned. Fairly fresh for a lager. Yeah, nice light golden color. Ooh, nice and bubbly. Looking real clean, almost brilliant. Fuck yeah. Looks beautiful, man.
All right.
Cheers. Oh, that smoke.
Oh,
Whoa.
you're all in the chat. What are you drinking? Let us know. Let us know what's going on in
Yeah,
the
hell
chat. Thank you, everybody. All right. So let's put everybody back in the order they were received into program. There we go. Keep everybody in their order properly. All right. So I guess we're gonna kind of do a three-peat here with the lager stylings. I have a beer. It's a German style Pilsner. The date is the 1st of November 2022, crispy fall day. Well, it's time to drink this. I thought I'd break this out of the liquor store and get this home and give this a try here. 5.5% alcohol by volume, German style Pilsner. It's called Ledge Beer from, of all places, Great Notion. Whoa. They do a lagering style beer. That's I thought that was that's the first I've ever seen from that brand. So I thought, why the heck not? Again, Great Notion Brewing and Barrel House is in Portland, Oregon, and their description on their website is German Pilsner brewed with Hallertau, Mittelfrüh, and Saaz hops, along with Pilsner malt. It's clean, crisp, and crushable. Cool. There we go. Let's see what this thing is all about.
Oh, looks delicious. I can tell you that.
It looks more lemony yellow in my camera, but
Yeah.
it is
That's the way I'm
gold,
seeing it too, Legendary Eric.
golden. Yeah, definitely more lemony yellow. It is kind of got the haze to it to a certain extent. There, it's not super opaque. Ooh, interesting. All right, we'll come back to me at the very end of the program or at the end of the round robin for reviewing our beers or rye whiskeys. So without further ado, let's go right back to Michael Komarov
Legendary
to
Mike.
start his full review. The floor is yours, Michael.
Okay, so you can look through it. Like Bumpy said before, the light's a little bit better here, so you can probably see it. Kind of a light orange color, and the head is white, and it's a double, but it's not a hazy beer. It's just a straight IPA from 6 Point. So let me get a nose on it. You can smell the hops. That's the main front that you're getting. Kind of like a mild sweetness as well. About it. Nothing too excessive in the nose. Let me give it a sip. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Whoa.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
It has a lot of flavor. The alcohol is actually well masked in this one. It tastes more like a session. than the 8.2% that it is. The carbonation is kind of like fizzy in your mouth when you drink it. You definitely taste the hops up front. You get some citrus flavors on the mouth. It's pretty balanced. I guess you could say it's dangerous in that it would be one you'd probably be better off not chugging because it will catch up with you. But it goes down pretty easy. I don't think you can see the carbonation, but there's like a steady bubble stream going up, and you're getting a little bit lacing on the top of the glass. But I'm enjoying this. I've been a big fan of 6 Point since they started, and unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, they're in a conglomerated setup now with Artisanal Ventures, with Southern Tier and Victory. Probably does increase their distribution. I don't know if you could say their quality has dropped, but they've changed and they haven't been doing too much experimentation now. It's all pretty much an IPA line, and they occasionally do porters and stouts and other things, but it's mostly IPAs at this point. And I think they do distribute to more states now. I don't know if everybody can get 6 Point or not, but this one's very good. And I'm going to keep sipping on it, and I will come around with a number when we give our scores later.
Cool. That sounds good. That looks like a darker kind of IPA. You don't usually see that kind of a color from those 6 Point there, so that's kind of cool. All right. Thank you, Michael Kamara. All right, let's do some rye whiskey with East Coast Lick Reviews. 10.
Right.
Cool.
Starlight Distillery, Old Rick House, Huber's Indiana Straight Rye Whiskey. It's got it's got kind of like that big, I want to say spearmint. I'm trying to think of what mint. I would say like more like spearmint. So a big spearmint combination with rye spice and citrus candy.
Nice.
Some nice caramel there as well. I will say on the nose, it's a little hot. There's a little bit of ethanol alcohol. A little bit of that malted barley's kind of coming through. You get a little bit of that malt. So whenever you want to think like malted barley, you kind of bring yourself back to like a Scotch, which is 100% malted barley.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat reminiscent of that. Only 2 grain in this rye. 85% rye, 15% malted barley. In order to be considered a rye, it has to be at least 51% rye, but this has a lot of rye in it, 85%. Yeah, it smells good. I like it. I like that. I like that mint note. I like that mint citrusy combination.
Cool.
Doesn't smell young. It is 5 years. There's no youthy like aromas, I guess you could say. A little bit of some dry fruit in there as well. Let's try it out. Cheers.
Bro.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Please be delicious.
Even though it's only 50% malted barley, I do notice a lot of influence from the malted barley. It kind of has that a little bit of that malty aftertaste. But up front, you do get a lot of the spice. It's one of those more punchy rye whiskeys where it's kind of up front and in your face. Starlight stuff seems a little bit more crafty. The straight bourbon whiskey was phenomenal. I definitely would say I like the bourbon over the rye, but this is really good. It's got notes of similar flavors of like the Willet rye, which is very citrusy, candy, and mint forward. This one's a little bit more mint rye spice, whereas like the Willet rye, I think that's, what is that, 4 year? That's also
Sounds about right, yeah.
54%, so that was almost 10% higher. But that's more citrusy candy. I really like that. That might be honestly probably one of my favorite ryes. This is good, but it's a little lacking in that like citrusy department. It's more kind of rye spice in your face. You get a little bit of the char from the barrel on the back end as well. Doesn't taste thin. And it doesn't have much of a burn on the back end. It's actually very calm and laid back, but it's definitely more of your typical kind of like in your face punchy ryes where you get spice, a little bit of that barrel. There's a little bit of like an astringency. That mint note is super prominent. I like it. I just kind of wish the citrus note that I was getting was a touch more prominent, but overall, it's pretty dang good. I will say for $36, and it's giving me somewhat comparable flavor notes to something I paid $70 for.
All right, there you go.
Twice the amount.
That's a win.
But yeah, it's pretty good. I'll sit and sip on this a little bit longer. I have a number next time around.
Damn, that's a win. All right, good deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Cheers.
Good deal. Wouldn't you say, Alex, the beer master?
Well,
Cheers.
I got some Stella.
Stella! Sorry.
Oh yeah, I like the spin-off Stella. I like that. It's pretty cool. That's what it looks like. Nice frothy head, nice clear copper color. You can see right through it. You can see my hand and everything. Let's get into the smell. It smells crisp, smells clean. It just smells like a good beer. Let's get into it, shall we? Cheers.
Cheers,
bro.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, that's a big beer.
Like I said, it's crisp, clean. Does it have any? It does have a light mouthfeel, which I like. I think Stella is a good beer when I'm not drinking my craft beer, which I'll be getting more of on probably this weekend.
Nice.
That's why I get this beer. So if I feel like drinking it with one of you guys or Kevin or whoever, I'll have this. Yeah. So, or if I'm doing my Alex and Friends stuff. So, but occasionally you obviously will see me drink some craft beer along with the other delicious beer because that's just how I do it because I like my craft beer. So, and that's some of that beer's already been reviewed from my channel or from someone else's channel, as you know.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is a great summer beer. It's very, like I said, nice and crisp, light, great flavor. Has that like maybe a sweetness towards the end or something. But not like sweet. It's not that. It just has a little bit of sweetness like towards the end. It's more, and then there's a little bit of dryness at the end. But it is a great, delicious beer when it comes to drinking this kind of beer. That's why I have Stella on hand all the time. And all my friends, all my YouTube friends have said, hey, get your craft beer, but also get your Stella or something that you can
Don't
just
feel guilty about drinking a beer when you just want one and you're
Yes.
trying to buy a beer for some other crafty or beer for some other purpose.
Exactly. And when I'm done drinking that craft beer that I've already reviewed on your channel or my channel or Bumpy channel, then I could just do whatever I want with that craft beer. I could drink it just like I would drink this beer. But I already would have, because I would already reviewed it. So yeah, that's why I get this beer, so this way I don't have to think about it too much. But don't get me wrong, if I get like another macro lager beer, I would still review it because I didn't. But I'm only thinking about it for that one time, and that's it. But yeah, so this is a good beer, and I don't need to say it. Just get your Stella, get the other flavored Stella beers, get whatever. It's good beer, very crisp, very clean. It's just I think it's a Belgian version of Stella. I'm not sure, or Czechoslovakia, one of the two things, but it's a good beer.
Nice.
Delicious. So cheers, everybody.
Boom.
And I'll get my rating next time around.
Go over to Bumpy Road.
It's 6%. I said 7%. I just saw the ABV though. It's 6% ABV for this beer. And yes, smelling it. It's got this kind of apple smell with some caramel. So it's kind of like a caramel apple. I don't know if that's what they were going for. But yeah.
Damn.
So, I mean, it doesn't really smell like a typical American IPA. All right. Let's dive in. That's what it smells like. That's it. Caramel apple. Cheers.
Interesting. Salud.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bobby.
Here's Bobby.
Cheerios. Yeah. About a medium, half to the body on this one. Medium carbonation. It is drying to the palate. It is heavily caramel influenced. Kind of hard to tell any other grain type notes. I think there's a little bit of grain, but like flavor, but I can't really pick out much beyond the caramel when it comes to the malt. There is a bitterness to it. I'd say it's moderately bitter. It seems to be kind of earthy, piney like on the finish.
Ooh.
But yeah, there really is no hop flavoring. I'd say it's just earthy kind of. And like the caramel is pretty darn strong in this. Yeah, this one is it's not a winner in my book.
Uh-oh.
I'll drink this one though. I won't drain pour this one. I will drink this one, but
So it's not as bad, Legendary Bumpy.
it's not as bad.
There you go. That's a nice way to put it.
It's
They all can be.
I'm glad I bought one can for sure.
Then you're not suffering then, because it's only one can. Exactly.
No,
I'm still
suffering.
suffering.
All right. Well, cheers on that. We'll
Hey, Bumpy, if you have a headache, do this. That's what I did because my mom taught me how to do that.
Oh yeah, well that's what I was doing all of last show. I was just kind of rubbing my temples.
Yeah, but you have to close your eyes kind of like somewhat. Do that.
It's getting better. It's getting
Okay,
getting
since
better.
you did that, all right, good.
I took some ibuprofen
Cheers.
earlier.
Awesome.
We'll go back to Angie for the review.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So I did a little bit of research on National Bohemian, which is called Natty Boh by most Marylanders and anybody else that drinks it. It was known as the world's first golden beer because it was, from 1855, I think, something like that. Yeah. And so it's very refreshing looking, clear. It has a good color to it. It's not like some light beers, where they just look like, just thin and watery. I almost said something else. Sorry. Yeah, it's an American lager. That's what it smells like. Beer. I get a little bit of lemon zest, very light to it. Slightly hoppy. All right, enough nose. Let's go to the mouth. Okay.
Please be delicious. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheerios.
Cheers. Oh wow. Yeah, it's delicious. I mean, it's like so good. And this is the first time that I've tasted this. I don't know what's going on. There's a hint of banana in there. I taste
That's
banana.
the yeast, maybe. I don't know. That might be the yeast. That might be the yeast.
That's
If
true.
it's just a lager.
It's quite refreshing. Great summer beer. Well, it's a great all year beer and very smashable. Love it. Cheers.
But it's true, Legendary
Cheers.
Angie. Certain beers, certain yeast does put out a delicious. There might be a banana on there, but
No, I doubt it.
yeah, sometimes it has the yeast.
It's very faint. It's it's banana. I can taste
Yeah.
banana.
Well, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the yeast.
Cheers, Angie.
Oh, it's me.
Beer time. Beer man.
I didn't have time to rinse my palate. All right.
Come on. You know the number.
So clean, clear beer. Really nice and brilliant, actually. It's very shiny gold, deep gold color. It's very nice looking beer. This is a nice looking beer. It smells of beechwood. Oh my God, like a big beechwood smoke. It smells like you're at the beach
Nice.
around the campfire.
Nice.
It's so nice. It's like, it's not subtle either. It's very umami and sausage like.
Whoa.
Summer sausages and things like that come to mind when I smell it. It's got a salinity in the nose. It's very smoky, like I said. A bit of malt sparkling through, a little Pilsner malt, a little honey malt. Goddamn, Wayfinder fucking made this right. This is really, really good, man. This smells really good. Yeah, so I mean, you can see it's like this is absolutely brilliant in the clarity. Good effervescence, very good effervescence. Very sparkly, nice head retention. A very well-made lager, German lager at that. I think, yeah. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
Please be delicious. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, my-
Oh, that's nice. That's different from what I was tasting. Now I had to adjust my palate here because I've been drinking on a hazy. Well, it's different. That's like brushing your teeth and then having
Beer man, you're awesome.
at IPA or something. You know, you're like, okay, let me take another sip to kind of wash the palate a bit. Yeah, a little malty honey, Pilsner crisp kind of expression there from the malts, base malts. Big beechwood smokiness. Almost a Band-Aid kind of taste. Not in a bad way, just like it's kind of giving you that medical kind of taste. Mixed in with the smokiness, I think. The smokiness is kind of giving that kind of like all around like weird taste. But it's really good. I mean, for a rock beer, I mean, this is really, really interesting. It's going down really smooth. It's very crisp and light on the body and in the mouthfeel. No alcohol whatsoever. A nice drinker. And it's actually not. The smokiness isn't making you. It's not off-putting. It's very nice to take down. And I've had some that are like, God damn it, ashtray or something like or whatever. It's like. No, this is good. It's got a tangy lemon herbal kind of notion to it. And then you get that beechwood malt. I say beechwood because they did use beechwood smoked malts in this. So, but it does have that beechwood smoke flavor. I have had other beechwood flavored beers in the past, and it does have that. It's not a Budweiser. they age it on beechwood, but it's not smoked beechwood. Very nice though. Very nice beer. Crispy, easy to drink, and I'm loving this. So cheers. Thank you, man.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
Cheers.
That sounds like a very interesting
Sounds
beverage.
Very good beer.
Man. All right.
Legendary Eric is on.
Let me order this panel so I know that we're all in the right
Appreciate you,
order.
Eric. Don't forget
Get
that.
on the track. I don't want to do that. I don't want to cut anybody off and then have people leave the stream in a rage and furious anger. We've had that.
Eric,
before.
you're bad, buddy. You're bad.
Nah, we've had that before, and it's not fun. Anyways, great notion. I didn't know they made a Pilsner, but I guess everybody's got to have, even if they're not making a Pilsner, which I think a lot of breweries, even craft beers do, I think you got to have some different ABV ranges. Unless you're a greater good Imperial Brewery out of Worcester, then you're.
Legendary Eric, that's the purpose. You have to have different beers for your different people that you love.
I agree. Like. The diversity is good. So yeah, great
Exactly.
notion. Ledge beer, German style Pilsner once again. 5.5%, and they're using the Hallertau, Middle Peru, and Saaz hops. Had a little bit from the can while I was listening to everybody's good reviews, and I haven't really gotten to the glassware yet, so let's do this up. So yeah, actually it is maybe, no, it's even a shade lighter. It's like a really bright lemony yellow in my light. It's more just plain classical yellow or lemon colored. This is really bright lemony yellow in my light. And now it has that one finger head. It's a super frothy, foamy kind of head. Let's get a nose on it, shall we? Moderate carbonation, as I can see, streaming from the bottom of the glass up.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers to the nostrils.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ignore it, Red Beer Man. No. I noticed that a lot of these craft pilsners kind of have a similar lemony note, or like a lemongrass mixed with that flowery, doughy pilsner malt kind of a deal. Like if you were going to eat a biscuit kind of a thing. That's the kind of a nosing there.
A Bisquick beer. That sounds interesting.
The biscuity note from a bisquick biscuit. Yeah. Yep. Or when you're mixing the bisquick and getting it ready to make in pancakes, that kind of a scent too. So very light and doughy on the nose, I suppose, but doughy as far as breads are concerned. That kind of thing. Beef products. That's really about it. Maybe a smidgen of a black peppery note or something, but it's mainly the pilsnery, doughy lemon. So let's give it a taste test. My first time ever having a pilsner or a lager from Great Ocean. That should be cool.
Please be delicious, Art. Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
And well, I'm not gonna say creamy because it's not but delicious.
Cheers.
Juicy.
Whoa. Lacing for a lager. Holy mac daddy.
That looks pretty thick there, brother.
I think, I forget the terminology, beer man obviously knows, but there's probably the compound or the ingredient in the beer to promote said head, because you just don't normally see that from a lager beer. Holy crap. That is nice. It's thicker looking than it actually tastes, but it does have a creamy complexion.
Yes!
From the head initially there.
Eric.
Mm-hmm. It's a very soft and pillowy. The head is very soft and pillowy. Getting a lot of the Saaz hops. Very zesty, maybe more like a white peppercorn.
Is it juicy?
Lots of lemon zest, lots of lemon kind of notes in there. The white bread malt is remaining within that doughy pilsner. Floury biscuit is in there too.
Is it juicy, legendary Eric? True?
Absolutely not. No way, shape, or form.
Okay.
It's a juicy beer, but it kind of has a haze, like a very light, juicy beer.
True that, my brother.
On the high side of light for a mouthfeel, it does have a very fizzy carbonation to it. Moderate. I'm gonna back that up. I'm a little overzealous about that, but it does look like it has a nice fizzy carbonation, and that glazing is sticking around for a 5.5 beer. Damn, nice moderate carbonation. Again, light side of or high side of light on the mouthfeel. It's going towards a medium, but I would say high side of light. And refreshing, yes. There's a little bit. There's definitely a bittering. I don't know what the IBUs are. There's a little bit of there's a little itty bitty teeny weeny citrusy note in the bittering towards the back end of the beer. It's definitely rounding out the sweetness and towards the bitterness of the finish is where it starts to dry. Not completely cottonmouth dry, but we're getting a nice drying sensation to the beer. A nice zesty kind of a white peppercorn mixed with the lemon note there. So yeah, definitely a discernible bitterness. It's got to be in the 20, I don't know. It's got to be somewhere around 20, I would guess, for the bitterness, but it's definitely perceivable right at the end of the sip. There's some
Does it
grass.
have it on the can, legendary?
there's a grassy note to it. So pretty interesting lager beer. And I mean, the presentation on this thing is pretty
Legendary Eric, does it have it on the can if it has the bitterness? Sometimes it has
no. I don't usually see a lot of. I don't want to try to claim that they're a New England style brewery, but New England style breweries, it's very hard to find IBUs. I don't see IBUs on any Treehouse beers. I don't see IBU on their website. I don't see IBUs on any Trillium beers. I don't see IBUs on other half beers. I know a lot of those kind of breweries. I don't know why. Some of them list IBUs and some of them don't. But I would guess it's around, give or take, plus or minus a few points for in numbers in IBU. So somewhere around 20, I would guess. That's what it tastes like. So, all right, good stuff. I can't really complain overall. However, which maybe it's not a gripe with the beer, my only main complaint is you try a lot of these craft brewery pilsners and you almost can guarantee you're going to get that biscuity, big old lemon zest kind of a note. So it's kind of one-dimensional in that sense, but for Great Ocean, they're doing it really well, and it's nice to see them branch out into something else. So that's cool. Anyways, now here's the portion of the program where we're going to go back around and give our final thoughts and ratings of our individual beers. And how about while we do that, if you want to do any shout outs, talk about your beer review channel, shout out anybody else on YouTube while we're here, since we have a bigger panel, go right ahead and do all of that. And let's start with Michael Komaroff.
Legendary Michael.
Just remind us, Michael, what are you drinking this evening?
Okay, so this is again the 6 Point Cold Seal, cold double IPA with grapefruit in it. When I was mentioning the citrus you were tasting, the citrus is definitely other than the other citrus which you could get. So you can tell that it's grapefruit. I'm going to give this a 93 as my rating. So it's the lowest 8, I guess you could give something, but it's this in your store. It's worth buying, and it's well-made beer, and I would buy this again if I see it. I don't have my own channel. I'm going to try to get on more of these shows as things go on, but the summer does approach, and once it does, I start going to the beach club. So I will.
You'll be up in the Navigators, Mike.
I'll do the best I can to try. I would do tastings at the beach club as well, but I'll try to send that to the people, let them know what's happening, and I'm happy, Eric, that you're hosting, and happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Anybody you want to shout out to our fellow viewers to go and watch on YouTube? Go right ahead.
Legendary Michael.
We hope that John Anilli will come back and do his Stout Sunday show again, but
yes,
it's been slow in coming. Maybe as time goes on. Hopefully he'll come back on and do that, and I'll try to make an appearance on that if I can. Jay's been doing Super Sunday. I've been on that a couple of times, but I've been busy these last couple of Sundays. It was Mother's Day a couple of days ago. We did stuff with my wife and daughter, so I was busy. But I'll try if I can make more appearances and keep you in touch with what's going on in the summer.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Legendary Michael, I have an idea for me and you, but I'll talk about it when I get to me. But it's nothing bad. It's just a beer thing. Until
off their conversation. All right.
Okay.
Killer. Well, thank you, Michael Komaroff, the Beer Baron, coming to a YouTube live stream near you at some other point in the history. Thank you, Michael. Boom. We're going to the rye whiskey. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I was just kind of expecting a little bit more out of it. The bourbon by them was so freaking good for $36. I do like it. It's very enjoyable, super drinkable. It's aged 5 years. I mean, these guys they're farming the grain. They're distilling it themselves. They're making the whiskey, which is, that's a craft on its own. You got to give them points for just that. A lot of people are buying barrels, sourcing whiskey, blending product.
What do they call that? Grain to glass.
And these guys are like full circle, so you got to give them points just for that. I would like to put this at a 92, right in that kind of A- range. It's very good. I do like it. I just kind of wish I had a little bit more of a complexity to it, just a little bit. Let me take one more sip.
You think more grain, another grain or two in the mash bill might do that, or age or something?
Now, I don't distill, so I wouldn't necessarily know what they could add to this or do anything different. But I will say I love that citrusy candy note. I got that in the Willet. It's unbelievable. That bottle is so worth $70. But like I said, this is very comparable, but not as good for half the price. I mean, it's totally a snatch and grab. It's a good one. If you want like a traditional like rye whiskey flavor, where you get a little bit of citrus, a little bit of that rye spice, that mint flavor, a little bit of caramel and vanilla, of course. Those are kind of hidden in the background. But yeah, if you want to try something that tastes like your standard rye whiskey with some age to it, and it's super crushable, super drinkable. Try this out. Yeah, 92 out of 100. Like I said, it goes to show that so this is aged for 5 years, right? And maybe it's the proof. This is aged for 5 years, so this is actually aged a year longer than the Willet. The Willet is 4 years.
Oh, nice.
This is 46%, and the Willet is 54.4. So maybe it's a proof thing for me. I think that's what it kind of narrows down to. But for the money, a little bit more diluted. So that's kind of what you're going to get when you're in that $30, $40 range. But overall, phenomenal product. So cheers to Starlight Distillery. And they actually have a blackberry whiskey, which I typically am not a big fan of flavored stuff, but just because of the fact that I had the bourbon, I like the bourbon. The rye was good, and I'm still putting it in that A- range. But just because I tried both of these and they were very drinkable, I think I'm going to end up picking up that blackberry one. So,
wow. They have a double oaked product that sounds
they have
good.
a good amount of products, but as far as like what I can get in, I bought this at Yankee Spirits in Attleboro, by the way. So they had the blackberry, the bourbon, and the rye.
I'm surprised they didn't have that double oak, but that's more like a $60-ish range product.
Oh, I would love to find that.
Yeah, we'll have to look for that one and let you know. All right, cool. Well, hell yeah. Just as enjoyable almost as enjoyable for $30 less. That's
definitely. For sure.
Cool. All right. Little hidden gem. Cheers. I love it. Still, what's your thought there, Al?
I enjoy it. It's very refreshing. I'm going to give this beer, again, there's a little dryness to it, but again, it is a good beer. Obviously, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't get it every weekend. I wouldn't. Obviously, I have to get other beers to review. I've loved Stella so ever since I tried it. So, but I've tried it like years ago. If I didn't get into it and have my own case of beers. So recently, but I will obviously still drink. I will obviously get a Macalava that I've never tried to review on my channel, even though I'm a craft beer channel. I will still I'm still going to review other beers too, for the fun of it as well. So that people that may not like craft beer, I say that, but again, it all depends on what mood I'm in, because I just love my beer regardless. But I try to please everybody as best I can. But I'm going to give the rating here. I get on these random raids of loving beer, so I can't get enough of that. Sorry about that, Legendary Eric. You should know me by now. I'm going to give it an 87. It's a very good, freshing beer. Again, it looks like a craft beer when it comes to being all the fancy paper stuff and stuff like that. So I guess I would say it's kind of crafty, but not really. It's not, it's not like crafty beer, like what wax in it. Then it's a crafty beer because it's wax. Although you know what crafty beer is, rather if it's waxed or not on the bottle. But let's say this: it's more. What's it called? It's more a little bit upper than other beers, than like let's say Coors Banquet. Even though Coors Banquet is a good beer as well, this would be a good beer. This is kind of more of a little bit of an upper class, not completely. Let's make that clear, but a little bit delicious than Coors Banquet. Even though Coors Banquet to me is delicious because I like the taste of the banana and whatever. I think that's just what it is on my palate. But I love Stella and stuff like that. Speaking of Coors Banquet, I do not think I reviewed that, so I have to do that sometime in the future. But again, I am a craft beer channel, but like I said, I will throw some beers like this or something similar for the other audience that don't like craft beer, if you know what I mean. Even though this is kind of crafty, not really, but kind of. If you get what I'm putting down, Legendary Eric and everybody here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think most there are parts of beer reviewing, I'm sure. Or there's parts of reviewing beers that do macros only, do craft only, drink both, or just chug 40 ounces of beer. I think most of us are somewhere in the middle category where we drink both and we can appreciate both for exactly what they are.
Well, you do know, Eric, if you've looked at my channel, it's mostly craft beer. But I am.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize for liking other styles, is what I'm getting at.
But yeah, exactly. But that style, if it's not on my channel, it will be reviewed regardless if it's not a craft beer or not. I can go on and on. So
this has been a PSA with Alex the Beer Master.
Yeah, I can go on and on. So let me do my shout outs so we don't want to take 50 years.
Yeah, shout outs. Yeah, go right.
I can take a year off with no problem. We all know. So check out. Obviously, we're going to be doing Food Friday. We're going to be just wild card again. Maybe the following Friday, maybe I'll do a what's it called, theme. If I don't, it's wild card again. It's much easier. And that's around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then we got Alex and Friends around 10 o'clock, 10:30. And that could be an all-nighter, all we know. Who knows? That could, but again, sometimes it's not, but you never know. But that's 10 o'clock, 10:30, Thursday nights, every Thursday night. And then obviously I pepper in some episodes of Alex and Friends during the week. If the Legendary Tanner messages me or
it is.
Yes. Or you, Eric. You haven't done that yet, but Legendary Tanner has messaged me a couple of times. Who knows? There might be an Alex and Friends after this show. I don't know. I got to talk to Legendary Tanner here and whoever else wants to join. But it will not be an all-nighter because I have work.
Right.
But we can do that. We can do that if you want. But beyond that, check out Legendary Jobless and all of our YouTube friends. But like I said, the peppering of Alex Friends, it could be any day of the week. But the original Alex Friends is around Thursday nights, around 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Nice.
Appreciate you, and check out our Jobless. Check out all of our YouTube friends, and please enjoy. Cheers, everybody.
Well, excellent.
Cheers.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, Michael.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Happy you're here, bud. Cheers.
Another beer that's not a winner. This beer has a sad clown face.
Oh no!
You guys are bad.
Put it on the label.
I'm gonna score it in the drinkable category. I'm gonna land it at a 31. The color of it wasn't the greatest for an American IPA. The aromas weren't the greatest for an American IPA. The flavors weren't the greatest for an American IPA. Had the bitterness. That was about it. Way too much caramel. I don't know if this was oxidized, if that's why it looks like that and has this extreme caramel flavor. I don't know.
What's the date on the can, Legendary Bumpy?
Wow. It says Ride the Bull. May 4th.
Yeah, but that's only a
Yeah. What are we at?
Couple days
Like,
ago.
is that like a couple weeks?
yeah. That's not old. No. Not
Yeah.
at all.
31 out of 50 puts it just above a drain pour in the drinkable category. So, yeah.
Well, hell yeah!
I don't know.
What would you jump to in the 100 scale, Bumpy? Where would you give it in the 100 scale?
I don't even know where this would land in the 100. It would be in the 60s, I think.
Whew.
Just making it to this, yeah, maybe 60, 64. Sounds about good. It's
Okay.
passable. What is that, like a D?
Let's say
A D, yeah, a D minus.
Legendary Bumpy. It could be a canning issue though, but it shouldn't be. That's just freaking annoying.
Well, he reviews it as he sees it. We don't
It
know.
could
what
be
I
a-
know what I'm saying. It could be though.
Could be a brewing issue.
True
it
that.
certainly can be.
Brewers don't know how to make a damn IPA.
Oh, Trudy, shut up. Oops.
So, yeah.
Brody, shut up.
Other than that, let's shout out Trudy. Trudylicious.
That.
One of the funniest looking dogs that gets on the internet
You calling a
Because-
dog? no?
because Kobe hardly ever shows his face.
No.
Teeth.
Boo.
Trudy has the underbite thing too. So,
Yeah.
She does. Come here, Trudy. Hey.
but,
Eric, you're bad.
yeah. Let's see. Shout out. Shout out Stony over at Stone Yard Vineyards. Great guy, home brewer, mostly does homebrew videos, wine, mead, things like that. He also has his own like hop gardens and vegetable gardens. So he does pick his own hops. He does the drying of them. So he shows all that stuff too. Yeah, good overall channel if you want to kind of learn how to make your own stuff, because they even pick their own vegetables from the garden and use that. He makes a lot of vegetable soups and stuff. And yeah, Stoneyard Vineyards. He's over in, I think he's near the Buffalo area of New York. I know it's New York, and I think he gets like the lake effect snow. They got slam hammered this past winter.
I'll bear it.
So-
840, you said? Okay.
All right, 840. Cheers.
That's
40.
right. I'm sorry about that.
Hashtag 40. All right.
That's it.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me on.
Whoa. Cheers. We have a
Hello.
lot. Wait
Come
a
on,
minute.
Eric.
What keeps going on here?
No, I'm trying to John Henderson Pierre, but Legendary Eric was like,
Hey, John.
Hey guys, good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Hope all is going
Hey,
well.
John.
How are you? How are you?
Oh, and we got Cloud in the building too. Look at
And-
the Cloud
and
name.
John Henderson Pierre, you can go all the way through what you need to do because all of us already done our stuff.
Yeah, go do
All
a
right,
review
this is
right
gonna
now.
be real quick. Hey, Claude, and of course, Claude and I were just on just now on Jay's channel with.
All right, we'll go to Claude after Joan. All right.
I will do this real quick. This is what I have tonight: the Yingling Premium Beer.
Okay, all right.
This I saw this today at the grocery. I was taking care of some things at Walmart, picking up some prescriptions, and then walking through, and then I saw, Okay, unique premiere. So let me go ahead and get this. Introduced 1829. I believe the ABV is probably 4.5%. Of course, the premium beer is not well known, but if you drink the black and tan, 51% of that beer is the premium, and 49% of it is their Yuengling Porter. So that's what the black and tan comes from, is from the premium beer and the porter. So I'm going to be doing a review of it sometime, maybe the end of the week or whenever it'll be uploaded on my channel. Here's what the beer looks like. Made its debut in 1829. So, of course, we know the traditional lager is their more popular brand. Of course, that beer has been around forever as well. So, there you go.
Right on.
Anyway, smells good. I don't know really much of the story about this. I'm going to do some research, but again, I just brought this tonight just to have. So let's have at it. Cheers.
Salud.
Salute. Here.
L'chaim.
Please
Very
do.
good. Very crisp. Very refreshing. I'm guessing, I said, I don't see the specs on this on the side of the can. I'm guessing it's 4.5. I could be wrong. Maybe y'all could correct me on this one.
4.5 and 12 IBUs.
Well,
Okay,
there you
well,
go.
Nice.
Thank you. Give me the info. Appreciate it for the info. So nice, good, refreshing beer. Like I said, we all know that the traditional is more of an amber ale, but this is as good, if not better, than the Genesee lager, which let's in fairness, let's just be fair. Genesee lager is just as good. It came out around the same time as this one, or maybe later. This one,
Yeah,
that one came out in
kinda, yeah, you're right,
1876, I believe. So
Nice.
nice, good, refreshing lager. Really good. I didn't pay much. I paid $16.35 and plus tax. And plus tax came up to around like $17. So for a 24 pack for this beer, you can't go wrong with this. And I poured here, so obviously some of this is starting to trickle down further to the south. Since I'm originally from Jersey, but since I've been living in Georgia, I've been finding some things quite easily here. And to see that today at the store, I immediately had to go ahead and grab it. I don't care what the price was. I was going to get this. I say, hey, I'm going to review this. So I got enough beer to kind of keep me entertained.
Sean, do you want to give it a rating on the 100 scale?
Yeah, right now,
give it a rating on the 100 scale.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 90 out of 100.
Okay.
90 for the journal.
And you can also do your show too.
Not too bad. Very enjoyable.
2 row and 6 row.
So, if it is, I know people, those who live in the Northeast, obviously can get this, but if you're in the South, like where I am, if you see this, folks, I'll tell you, grab it while you can, and hopefully, we'll see more like the Lord Chesterfield Ale or the Porter, make their way down here hopefully soon in this part of the world.
I've never seen a premium lager up here in the Northeast, but obviously I've seen their amber type looking lager there.
The traditional lager, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Well, cool. Thank you, Jean. Let's bring up Cloud in San Diego. I think he's in San Diego.
Cloud.
What's up there, Cloud?
Claude.
Yeah.
Cloud.
You said Cloud.
Cloud Julian. No, wait a minute. No, that's the coach from that.
What's up there, Cloud? Nice to see you, bud.
Hey, nice to see you guys. Thanks for having this and everything. I come to you tonight with a heavy heart.
Nice.
We just came from Ron's beer talk, and he made us drink Coors Light.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Coors Light. All right.
He made us drink Coors Light. So I came here. I came to this place of sanity. By the way, Angie, don't you know dogs and children steal the show?
Yes, I did.
And I'm in the southern socialist state of Southern California, San Diego here, and don't talk politics here. But we have good beer, and one of the best craft breweries is Ballast Point. You guys know Ballast Point, Sculpin. They make a phenomenal beer that you can't find. It's called Pineapple Sculpin and Grapefruit Sculpin, and they make all these great beers.
Yeah.
And this is their beer for the Padres. They're a baseball team that no one's ever heard of, right?
Great, man. Oh yeah.
Nope, never heard of them.
And I tried this because I figured it's a baseball beer to throw away. How many of you have paid $15 for a cup of Coors Light at your local baseball stadium?
I've probably done that.
Yikes!
Yes. Okay. You know what Beverage Ramble knows what I'm
$9
talking
for a
about.
Braves game. $9 for a Braves game beer. So
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's a better
By the
deal
way, I
than
don't
what-
mean to. Yeah. Beverage Ramble's from Jersey, and I'm from Jersey too. I climbed over the wall and escaped into California, but it's crazy.
We're gonna get on the border wall now.
Hey, Claude,
So-
you know I'm a New Jersey boy too. Claude, I'm a New Jersey boy too, so you're good.
What exit?
I don't know.
That's a Jersey. That's a Jersey job. I'm exit 28 off Route 80, Lake Opac, New
995
Jersey.
Boston.
Awesome, Claude. Awesome, buddy.
So look at that. Look at that color. Look at that beautiful head. I'm coming off once again, I'm coming off a Coors Light here. So you got to forgive me. Okay.
Yeah, and a nice
I
refreshing
didn't know
water.
that Ron
Claude, the only way is up. The only way is up, Claude.
You can't get better. And the
You
smell.
don't go much
it's-
lower than Coors Light.
Damn, Coors Light bashing.
Yeah, well, you can go lower. You can go Bud Light. We're not going there, right? We're not going there.
I guess. No, we're not going there. Keystone Light. How about Keystone Light?
Keystone Light be good as long as it's a strong beer.
Keystone's a Coors product. I like
strong
Coors
light
products. They're good. Anyway, this is a pale ale. It's 4.4 or something. It's low, but it's got flavor. It's good. So to your health, L'chaim, ein Prosit, Ching Pao, Salute.
Enjoy.
And,
Salud.
Cheers and please be delicious there, Claude.
oh, it's cold. It's delicious. It's got a mouthfeel. It's got that nice hops with that good bitter. Having a good cold beer, agree or disagree, it's the second best feeling in the world.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I agree.
There you go, baby.
Agree.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Second best.
And it's just it's an enjoyable beer. It's not even that expensive. It's a high quality beer. This is right up there with Dale's Pale Ale. You guys know that beer?
Oh yeah.
I've had the original
Yes.
Dale's Pale Ale and then had like a double Dale's Pale Ale. They're pretty good.
I love Dale's. It's in Longmont, Colorado, where I also live. And it's a legend in Colorado, Dale's. And
Yeah, but they also had the double Dales too. Claude, I think they had a double version of that as well. It was pretty good.
We had
Yeah.
a Deviant Dales as well.
Double deal.
I think.
when
I
did
remember.
Pale? Yeah, when did
Claude,
Pale
how
Ale
would you score that?
90.
How would you score that out of 100 points? The Ballast Point.
In terms of value, taste, enjoyability, refreshment, I'd give it a healthy 96.
Oh, nice. Almost
It really
100.
was. It's just a great beer. It's not expensive. I mean, last week I bought a 4-pack of Bunny with a Chainsaw from Trader Joe's. $17. Okay.
Wow.
Damn.
Somebody's calling somebody.
that's me.
Oh, that would be good.
This is
Okay.
just a nice sipping beer.
You need to stop.
Well, hell yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
You guys are so great for doing this, by the way. Thank you. This is my social life.
problem.
Thank you.
Yes.
No problem. America. America. All right.
Erica.
So we're going to get to the overall rating of this ledge beer from Great Notion Brewing Company over by Beer Man in the Portland, Oregon area. Portland, Oregon itself. We have Great Notion Brewing and Barrel House. So this needed to be drank on a crispy fall day, which I didn't do that. It says crispy fall day, November 1st, 2022 for Kenny. Still tasted pretty good in my estimation, so I'm not really complaining otherwise. That was, for people that just joined, the Great Notion Ledge beer was a 5.5% German style Pilsner with Hallertau, Mittelfrüh, and Saaz hops. And it really had this is all that I did clean out this glass from my review I did earlier, but since I've cleaned out the glass, I haven't put any other style of beer in here, and this is the amount of lacing that a German style Pilsner gave me. So, holy crap, that is a nice presentation, a nice pour. It is a little bit on the lighter side, but it is for the color, but it was a super hazy beer for
Eric.
what it is. Overall scores here.
Eric.
Yes.
I think you missed Beer Man, bud.
Let's get back to beer, man. Let's get back to
All right,
beer.
we'll give the
Eric, just give the score now since you're there.
Keep going.
We'll give the score a suspense.
Keep going.
Suspense.
Come on.
We're going to go to actual Oregon now.
You were
Sorry.
doing it. That's good. No, keep going.
You didn't run off. That was good.
No.
People showed up.
Shit. All right. So
Continue.
I'll just say it. All right, I was getting into your thing. No, you didn't have to do that. This beer was fucking delicious, dude. It was like do that. So I was looking on Untapped, and I didn't mention that it does actually kind of have that smoked ham kind of thing. They were saying peat moss. I don't know about that. The herbal came out. The menthol now. That's a different one. And black pepper. Yeah, kinda. This was a rock beer that I was drinking. It was very delicious from Wayfinder out of Portland, Oregon. I would give this one like a 97 out of 100. It was fucking delicious, man.
Nice.
It went down smooth. I drank the whole thing. It wasn't like I was eating umami the whole way through. It was like very nice. It was very smoky, but it was like super nice. It had a nice lemon herbal kind of quality to it with that beechwood smoke. Man, yeah, 97 out of 100. As far as shouts, real quick, if I can do it, my shows are Beer and Cheese Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. Anyone can join, so don't, feel free to email me. It's in the About page of my YouTube channel. Just let me know, and I'll give you the link. And then, what the fuck is the other one? All Spun Out. This is the one I can't remember ever. All Spun Out is Wednesday at 6 o'clock Eastern. We just do I give you some adjectives at the end. You go find a beer based on that adjective, and we hopefully will find a beer that has those descriptors on it. And then we talk. We discuss a topic or whatever the fuck is going on. Yeah. So. I'm brewing tomorrow. I'm brewing miscellaneous beer reviews. Wee Heavy tomorrow sometime. So we'll be doing that. And I put up a bunch of reviews from other people. So from FLX, from Ryan Jakubko and Rajopolis. So there's a bunch of stuff going up that have been
Legendary Rajopolis.
One person I'll mention real quick is Ron's Beer Reviews and Tools. I'm trying to shout out people I haven't mentioned in a while. So, yeah, his last one was Celtics Lager Beer, Ron's Beer Tools, 945. So go check that out. Yeah. Thank you, Eric. Cheers, man.
All right, cool. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with my dumbass. All right, thank you.
All
right, now I'll give a rating to. So you heard about this German Pilsner.
Sorry about that, Erica.
Nice lacing, yada. It's from Beer Man, Neck of the Woods in Oregon. Very unique beer for Great Notion. They don't normally do beers like this. So for my overall enjoyment and scoring, I'll give the beer I'll give it an 87 out of 100. Why not? Michael writes it in his journal. That is the score I give it. Yeah, but I still think as my review stands that a lot of the time you you get very similar flavors out of these pilsners and the craft lagers when these craft breweries produce one of these styles of German lagers or pilsners. So it was definitely in line with a lot of what the craft beer scene is doing with the German style lager or just pilsners in general. So I can't really complain. It's not the most overly complex thing, but I did like the body of the beer. I did like the presentation of the beer, most of all, and a little bit of that citrusy bitterness in the background. Just a little bit of it was really nice in rounding out the overall otherwise sweeter flavor that you would have gotten from the malts. So 87 out of 100 is what I will give the score on that one. And yeah, there's where you can find our last man there, the Beer Man on the YouTube. So give him a shout. I'll give him a subscription. Thank you very much on that one. So for me, I will shout out. Who should I shout out that has not been shouted out very recently? I will shout out the Mash and Drum. Why the heck not? If you like some whiskeys, it's a little bigger of a YouTube channel. Doesn't really need shout out. Why the hell not? Good channel. You'll learn a lot about mostly American whiskey styles, bourbons and ryes. You'll learn about Scotch whiskeys and some Irish whiskeys there too. So go and shout them out. And let's go on a complete other end of the spectrum. I'm a ramen noodle junkie, and probably I need intervention on that stuff. Go check out the Ramen Raider on YouTube. You can learn all about the
Ramen Raider.
Rater, the Ramen Raider. You can learn about all the different worldwide instant noodle brands. He'll do a review of instant noodle brands. He'll talk about the instant noodle brands, and I think he's got his own. So he's got his own series on his YouTube channel and on a website of his.
Is that him?
Rankings every single year. That is the one, Alex. Yep.
Thank you.
He does rankings every single year for the different top 10s of different countries of ramen noodles. We'll do a best of all time for that particular year in general, top spicy things. So go check them out. The Mash and Drum for whiskey and the Ramen Raider for your, as Alex would say, your curly noodles. All right. Bam. I think we got through this. I kind of fumbled that one. Thank you for keeping me on track, everybody.
I need Angie's score on the Natty Bow. Angie, need your score. Rate it out of 100.
I'm gonna say it's a 92. It's a 92 out of 100.
Okay.
It's my go-to.
Okay, that's everybody.
Bam.
That's everybody.
Now we've gotten through it. Holy crap, a couple of people showed up.
Eric, I heard a beep.
A couple of people showed up and madness. We got through it, everybody.
Eric,
Cool.
I heard a beep. Check who that was.
He's back. This is the cloud.
Hey.
He floated away there for a while.
Nice. Cool. Yes, Angie. Go check out the Angie channel down there in the link. Thank you, Drunk and One.
Thank you, Dio.
Ramen review. Yes, ramen review. There you go. Cool. All right. So I think this has been a successful program. We're going to go and take this show wherever it goes off air. And as I like to say normally, until next time, keep tasting them great beers. Cheers. We'll see you soon. I think Alex loves to do exercise over there.
This is Alex.
He's going to say something.
This sucks, Beer Master. We will see you all on the next live stream and the next video. This sucks, Beer Master signing out. Cheers, everybody.
Yes, Alex, the best.